gift, I had what I would categorize as quite possibly one of, if not the worst night in Florida ever as of now. And, you know, I'm not going to say that it's been, like, it's the worst night ever, because I am not about to challenge the universe and have the universe come up with other things, because honestly, what happened last night was on, like, I keep this weird list in my head of terrible things that could happen when I'm alone in the apartment by myself and can't have Jeff or someone there with me, like, to help me deal with it. And I'm not going to say what the list includes, but this was definitely on the list. Definitely on the list. So let me tell you what happened. Oh, I still feel like I have a little bit of, like, traumatic, like, I still feel, like, really awful about it. Anyway, so I got into bed kind of early last night, and it was around, I want to say, I got into bed around 9:30, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to sit in bed, I'll watch YouTube videos, I'll just kind of, like, relax in bed. So I was in bed watching YouTube videos, and all of a sudden I hear Elsie crying and, like, making little meow noises. Now, recently, that's what she's been doing. Like, right when I go to bed, she'll start making little noises, and usually it's just her, like, she'll make the noises, like little like crying noises or her little meow noises, and then she'll be quiet. And I think it's just like her sort of last hurrah in terms of, like, playing and then knowing, like, wanting to get my attention a little bit because she knows I'm going to sleep anyway. And also, like, she's still adjusting to me being home because I was gone for a while, and so she's just been a little more sensitive. So anyway, I hear her crying and meowing, and at first I don't think anything of it, and I'm like, okay, she's just doing her, like, nightly meow cry thing. So then she, like, keeps meowing, and I noticed, like, a little bit of something different in her voice, and I was like, Elsie, it's okay, like, I'm here. So then I was like, you know what, why don't I just get up and see and check and make sure she's okay. So I get up out of bed, I flick on the light, and I see her sitting and, like, looking down, just sitting sort of in our living room on the wood floor. And I was like, Elsie, like, mommy's right here, like, it's okay. And she turns her head, but she, like, doesn't move her body. And normally when I walk into a room, she'll, like, come up to me, and she was meowing. She, like, wouldn't stop meowing. And then I was like, oh my God. Right in front of her was a cockroach. Even just saying it out loud is horrible. A cockroach. And listen, this is not the first time this has happened. It is the first time it's happened here in Florida, but this happened once or twice in Manhattan. However, they were water bugs, which, even just, again, like, I hate bugs. Water bugs are similar to cockroaches, except water bugs, I think, at least the experience I've had with them, they're a little smaller, they're just as disgusting, they're just a little smaller. And she sees them, and in the past she's killed them, and then she's made that crying noise, that sort of like, mommy, daddy, like, come help me, like, I found something noise. She's really, really good like that. Thank God she's not the type of cat who, like, kills something and then brings it to me. No. So she's not doing it, like, she doesn't do it in an effort of, like, oh, here, this is this gift, I killed it. Like, for her, it's like, Mom, this thing is disgusting, get it out of the house. So I see it, and I feel like it wasn't moving. So I was like, okay, it's dead. Great. So I was like, I don't know what to do, because Jeff wasn't home, and I was, like, texting him, and I was like, oh my God, like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, get some, like, get books or something. He was like, get books and put it on top of the bug. And I was like, okay, I can do that until he gets home, and then he can deal with it. So she's still, like, meowing and, like, swatting at it, and in my head I'm like, okay, it's dead, it's fine. Then, oh my Lanta, it starts crawling. It started crawling. Oh my God, it started crawling. And I was like, oh, And there was like literally there was not 1 second of this whole experience where I was like, oh, let me vlog it. Like, no fucking way. So it starts crawling, and I was like, oh my god, I have to do something, because let me tell you, this thing was not just like, oh, a little like bug, like, oh, a little thing. No, this was like bigger than an inch long. Like, it was a fucking dinosaur of a cockroach. Oh my god. So I was like, if that thing crawls, like, this is not like a matter of like, oh, it'll just crawl away. Like, no, this thing is gonna be in my apartment. Like, I can't go to sleep and be like, and know that there's like a 2-inch cockroach like scurrying around my apartment. Also, like, where did it even come from? Oh my god. So I was like, oh my god, okay, I was like, okay, Elsie will follow the cockroach, and I'm gonna like try. I knew that I had brought down some sort of like bug kill spot shot thing. I brought down like a bottle of it from my parents, like when we first moved down, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go look for that. So I'm looking underneath the sink, and finally I find it, and I was like, oh, please God, let this work, because it's like a really old bottle of like extermination, like things for like cockroaches or ants or like any sort of like water bugs or things like that. But it's old. So I was like, oh my god, please let this work. So then I go back over to where Elsie is, and Elsie's still, at this point, the cockroach had scurried, vom, from like the middle like of the floor, like by sort of where the carpet is, to where we have our piano and the console, and it was trying to go under the console, under the TV console. Thank God, one, it didn't, and Elsie kept like swatting at it, because again, had it like went underneath the console, I really don't know what I would have done. Oh my god, like my worst nightmare. So Elsie's like swatting at it, and I was like, good girl, like keep doing that, because I didn't want it to go away. So I was like, okay, so she, you know, I kept going back and forth between like, should I just drop books on it, or like what should I do? So I was like, you know what, I have to just spray it. So I made Elsie move away, and I just started spraying this stuff, and thank God it killed it. Like, it was almost immediate, which made me nervous, because I was like, oh my gosh, there's probably so much poison in this. I started spraying it with the spray, and I think it's called like exterminate. I don't know, I'll have to look. But I started spraying it. Thank God it died like pretty quickly on, because guys, no, there was no way. So finally it's dead, and I was like, I got this spray like all over our TV console, all over the floor, like, oh my god, on the legs of like the piano stand. So at this point, Elsie is like freaked out, because not only is she freaked out by the bug, she's freaked out by like anything that's spray, like any sort of spray, anything. And then she's freaked out because the bottle itself, it was almost like an aerosol can that you have to shake, and there's something in it that like creates the pressure. So she is like freaked out. I'm freaked out because I'm like, I hate bugs, and especially, oh my god, cockroaches, especially huge cockroaches, forget it. So now I have this dead bug, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, do I just leave it? But I couldn't. The thought of just leaving it, I was like, I have to clean it. Because also I couldn't just leave the spray and the poison just like on the floor like that, because Elsie is obviously like, you know, a few inches up off the ground, and I didn't want her to get poisoned. Even though the spray said that it was safe to use in like hospitals and schools, I'm like, I don't know about that. But so then the journey to cleaning it up, I got like a whole lot of paper towels, but I couldn't even like pick it up. It was just too much. And so then I had like a little duster, like a little dustpan and a little duster thing. So I was able to scoop it into that. And then I ran outside and just like dumped it out. And then I cleaned up, but the smell, oh my god, the smell of chemicals in the apartment, like, and we don't use any like cleaning supplies or anything that have like chemicals in them. We use all natural like cleaning and stuff. So to have that smell, it was so strong. And then like, of course, like neither of us had a good night's sleep because I was just so stressed out. Anyone who has had like an encounter like that, anyone who has had a bug in their apartment or their house, like, I can't, oh my god. And I still this morning feel like this level of anxiety and like, oh, because you're like, I don't, where did it come from? Are there more? Oh my goodness. Just truly one of those experiences where I was like, this is horrific. For me, horrific. Oh, I'm just so grateful that one, I was able to get it and that it didn't crawl under anything, and two, there weren't more, at least that I haven't seen, and that it wasn't like a bigger thing, like that it wasn't, oh my god, I can't even say it, but like that it wasn't a snake. Could you imagine? I would literally put Elsie in the car and we would drive back to New York. I kid you not, I wouldn't even care. I would get in this car and I would drive back to New York. A snake, oh my god. Or like, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but when my dad was visiting me, like back in, I don't even remember, was it August? I pulled Elsie's carrying case was outside and I had to bring her to the vet, and so I brought the case in, and in the case was a frog, and the frog jumped out and was sitting on my TV console, and what was with this TV console? And I didn't see it, and it wasn't until my dad noticed the frog that he was like, there's a frog in your living room. Like, thank God he was there and was able to like take it and like throw it outside. But like, what would I do? What would I do? Oh my god, no way. So this whole morning I've been so creeped and freaked out, in my car, in my house, like everywhere. Like, I just feel gross. Like, I feel like there are bugs everywhere. I can't. And people always say like, in Florida it's bound to happen because of the humidity and the like moisture everywhere, that like, you know, you can't live in Florida without having some sort of like water bug, cockroach, like craziness, like without having an encounter. And so in that regard, I feel lucky that like this was the first time. But in the same breath, I cannot. This, like, that incident, I can't. That was like more than enough for me in a lifetime. I just pray that like this does not happen again, because I can't. Anyway, I thought I would share that with you guys. Please let someone out there be able to relate, so that I don't feel like I don't even live in a pigsty. Like, I have a very clean apartment. You guys saw my apartment tour. Like, it's clean. I just can't. So of course last night I started like cleaning my apartment like crazy, and it was like, it's like 10:30. I need to go to sleep, but oh my gosh, I can't. So, I can't. Anyway, that's my story. Please, Lord, let that never happen again. I can't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hopefully next time I talk to you, everything will be normal. No more bugs. Bye guys!